In this class, I am going to discuss about the motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. In the last class, I have discussed what is magnetic field and Lorentz force and magnetic force on a current carrying conductor. When the charge is flows through a conductor, the magnetic field is produced around the current carrying conductor. In this class, I am going to discuss about the motion of that charged particle in the region of uniform magnetic field. In the region of uniform magnetic field. Uniform magnetic field means here the magnetic field is equally distributed throughout that space is called uniform magnetic field. In previous classes, we will see about the magnetic force on a current carrying conductor. We get the equation F is equal to Q into BV sin theta. If theta equal to 0 degree or 180 degree, the force acting on the charged particle is 0. There is no force acting on that charged particle. If theta equal to 90 degree, the force acting on that charged particle is maximum. Here in this case, the motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. Initially, suppose if you consider here plus Q is the charged particle. Plus Q is the charged particle. This charged particle here, this is the region of uniform magnetic field. This is the region of uniform magnetic field. This charged particle moves parallel to the direction of magnetic field with the velocity v. Consider charged particle Q with a mass m moving with a velocity v along the direction of magnetic field or parallel to the direction of magnetic field or anti-parallel to the direction of magnetic field. We know the magnetic force equation, that is F is equal to Q into BV sin theta. F is equal to Q into BV sin theta. Suppose if the charged particle moves parallel to the direction of the magnetic field or anti-parallel to the direction of the magnetic field, in this case theta equal to 0 degree or theta is equal to 180 degree, there is no force acting on this charged particle. There is no force acting on that charged particle. Then the charged particle is moving along the same direction without any deviation. This is the first case. In the second case, suppose if theta is equal to 90 degree, if theta equal to 90 degree, then sin 90 degree value. Here the force is maximum. F maximum is equal to Q into B into V. F maximum is equal to Q into B into V. Because here Q is the magnitude of the charge, B is the magnetic field, V is the velocity of the charged particle. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. When it moves perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Suppose this is the charged particle. This is the charged particle, this is the direction of the magnetic field, and this is the velocity of the charged particle. When it moves perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, the force acting on the charged particle is maximum. The force acting on the charged particle is maximum in a uniform magnetic field. In a uniform magnetic field. Here, according to the Fleming left-hand rule, the first three fingers of our left hands are stretched mutually perpendicular to each other. Thumb, forefinger and middle finger. Fleming left hand rule states that first three fingers of our left hands are stretched mutually perpendicular to each other. Here, the forefinger indicates the direction of the magnetic field. Forefinger indicates the direction of the magnetic field. Middle finger indicates the velocity of the charged particle. Thumb indicates the force acting on the charged particle. Dear students, in this class I am going to discuss the motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. The motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. According to the Fleming left-hand rule, suppose now I consider the plus q is the charged particle. This charged particle moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field with a velocity v. Here the force is acted towards the center. Or now I consider plus q is the charged particle. The force is always acted towards its center and this is the velocity of the charged particle. Or now I consider the plus q is the charged particle. Yes, the force is always acted towards its center. This is the direction of velocity of the charged particle. Or here the plus q is the charged particle. Plus q is the charged particle. The force is acted towards its center and this is the velocity of the charged particle. When the charged particle is moves perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. When the charged particle moves perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, here the thumb indicates the force acting on the charged particle and the forefinger indicates the direction of the magnetic field and V indicates the velocity of the charged particle. Here, this force provides the necessary centrifugal force. When the charged particle is moving, the magnetic force is created. But the charged particle moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, it provides the necessary centrifugal force. Or the charged particle moving in the circular path, it provides the necessary centrifugal force. If theta equal to 0 degree or 180 degree, there is no force acting on the charged particle. When theta equal to 90 degree, then only the force acting on the charged particle is maximum. This charged particle moving in the circular path, it provides the necessary centrifugal force. That centrifugal force is equal to magnetic force. That centrifugal force is equal to magnetic force. This is very simple concept. This is the reason of uniform magnetic field. In this reason, I consider plus q is the charged particle. It has a certain mass m and it is moving with the velocity v perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Here, the force only changes its direction. The force only changes its direction. Here, due to this force, charged particle moving in the circular path, and it provides the necessary centrifugal force. We know the formula. Centrifugal force is equal to. We know the formula. Centrifugal force is equal to magnetic force. Centrifugal force formula is mv square divided by r. mv square divided by r is equal to magnetic force equation qbv into sin theta. qbv into sin theta. But at this condition, this is perpendicular. Here theta is equal to 90 degree. Then we get the equation mv square divided by r is equal to q into bv. mv square divided by r is equal to q into bv. Here b and square is cancelled. We get only mv divided by r is equal to q into b. When this charged particle moves perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field and force is always acted towards its center. Here r is the radius of this circular path. R is the radius of this circular path. We get that is r is equal to mv divided by b into q. R is equal to mv divided by b into q. R is the radius of the circular path and the charged particle moves perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. R is equal to mv divided by bq. R is directly proportional to mass of the charged particle and its speed inversely proportional to magnetic field and magnitude of the charge. If the speed is very large, then the radius is also large. If the radius is very less, the speed of the charged particle is also very less. R is equal to mv divided by bq, which is the expression for radius of the charged particle when it is moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Then The charged particle moving in the circular path. Now we can calculate the time period. Here, time period of the charged particle. Time period means time taken by the charged particle to complete one revolution in the region of uniform magnetic field. Time period. We know the formula. Time period T is equal to circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle divided by speed. Circumference of the circle divided by speed. T is equal to circumference of the circle formula is 2 pi r divided by speed is v. Then time period T is equal to 2 pi divided by v into r is the radius. R is equal to mv divided by v into q. V and v get cancelled. The time period T is equal to 2 pi m divided by bq. 2 pi m divided by bq. This is equation number 2. T is equal to 2 pi m divided by bq. Yeah, this is the time period of the charged particle when it moves perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field in the region of uniform magnetic field. T is equal to 2 pi m divided by bq. The time period is independent of its speed and radius. Here it depends. The time period is directly proportional to mass and inversely proportional to magnetic field and magnitude of the charge. From using this time period equation, we can calculate the frequency. Here. Frequency, it is mathematically denoted by the symbol F. F is equal to the reciprocal of time period is called frequency. Then we get F is equal to BQ divided by 2 pi m. F is equal to BQ divided by 2 pi m. This is equation number 3. Here the frequency also independent from its radius and speed. From using frequency equation, you can calculate the angular frequency of the charged particle. Angular frequency, it is mathematically denoted by the symbol omega. Here omega is equal to 2 pi into F. Then 2 pi into F is equal to, that is BQ divided by 2 pi m. 2 pi get cancelled. Here omega is equal to BQ divided by 2m. BQ divided by 2m. This is equation number 4, and which is the expression for angular frequency. Here the angular frequency or Q divided by m or m divided by Q, this is called specific charge. This is called specific charge. The ratio of charge by mass or mass by charge is called specific charge. These are the parameters related to the motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. When the charged particle moves parallel to the direction of magnetic field or anti-parallel to the direction of magnetic field, there is no force acting on the charged particle. Then the charged particle is moving along the same direction without any deviation. If theta equal to 90 degree, then the force acting on the charged particle is maximum. Force acting on the charged particle is maximum. From using left hand thumb rule, here we consider this is the region of uniform magnetic field. In this uniform magnetic field, the charged particle moves perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field with the velocity v. The force is always acted towards its center. Here, the force only changes its direction of the charged particle because they are mutually perpendicular to each other. It provides the necessary centripetal force when it moves circular path. From using centripetal force equation, the centripetal force is mv square divided by r. And the magnetic force equation, the force experienced by the moving charged particles, that is q into bv sin theta. Here they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Theta equal to 90 degree. Then force is maximum. mv square divided by r is equal to q into bv. V and v square get cancelled. We get only mv divided by r is equal to q into b. Here, when the charged particle moving in the circular path, r is the radius of the circular path. Then radius of the circular path, when it is moving in the region of uniform magnetic field, r is equal to mv divided by bq. R is directly proportional to mass and its speed inversely proportional to magnetic field and magnitude of the charge. If the speed of the charge particle or the radius of that circular path is very large, then the speed is also very large. If the radius of the circular path is very less, the speed is also very less. Here, the radius is depends on its mass, speed, and inversely proportional to magnitude of the magnetic field and magnitude of the charge, which is the expression for radius of the charge particle, and it moves perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field or in the region of uniform magnetic field. From using this radius equation, we can calculate time period of the charge particle. Time period means time taken by the charge particle to complete one revolution. Here, time period formula is circumference of the circle divided by speed. Circumference of the circle formula 2 pi r divided by b. 2 pi divided by b into r is equal to, that is mp divided by bq. Here r is equal to mp divided by bq. We get time period is equal to 2 pi m divided by bq, which is the expression for time period. But here the time period, compare these two equations or observe these two equations. It depends on speed, and here r is directly proportional to its speed. But here it is independent of its radius and its speed. Time period is independent of its radius and speed. From using time period equation, you can calculate the frequency. The frequency is also independent of its speed and radius. And angular frequency. Angular frequency is also, it is independent from its speed and radius. Time period, frequency and angular frequency, these three parameters are independent from its speed and radius. On the ratio of Q divided by M, this is called specific charge. From using all these three parameters, here the charge particles are accelerates. From using the device cyclotron. Cyclotron means the device which is used to accelerate the charge particle. When we accelerate the charge particles, it depends on the parameters of radius, time period, frequency and angular frequency. Radius is depends on its speed. Radius is depends on its speed. But the time period, frequency and angular frequency, these three parameters does not depends on its speed and radius. This is about the motion of the charge particle in a uniform magnetic field, and it moves perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field.